Monday, start of the next week. Let's do another CSEC math lesson. And we're going to do percentage profit and loss. So I'm just going to write that here. Percentage profit and loss. And the objective for today is that we're required to calculate percentage profit and percentage loss. All right. Now, calculating percentage profit and percentage loss is a very simple thing. We're going to use the same formulas that we would use previously in the last section for percentages. It's just that we're going to give it some special names now. All right, so I'm just going to write a little note here first. So I'm just going to write a note for calculating percentage profit. Calculating percentage profit. Yeah, let's continue. So we have percentage profit. Profit is the profit expressed as a percentage of the cost price. It gives a value relative to the cost price. All right, so it's giving you a value relative to the cost price that you pay for it. So you're basically finding out how much you gain, or you're finding a number to represent how much you gain in terms of your cost price. All right, so when you're required to do the calculation for it, let me just put that formula over here. Pencil. Right, so let's do the formula for it. So the percentage, let me just spell that over. Percentage profit. All right, so if you want to do the percentage profit, you're going to need the profit divided by the cost price times 100%. All right, so you're basically writing the profit that you make as a fraction of the cost price, and then you're going to take that fraction of the cost price. You're going to take that fraction and you're going to find out how much of 100% it is representing that fraction. Let's do a quick example and you'd get an idea of what I'm going to, what I'm talking about. So let's go with an example. So we say an example, and I'll change the color of this to pink. All right, so we're going to say with an example, if a mat costs, let's say $100 and is sold for $120, how much is the profit percent? All right, very simple question to answer. So the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out your profit. So the profit, as we already know from previous, it's going to be your cost price, which is $120. Sorry, your selling price minus your cost price. Your selling price is $120 minus your cost price, which is $100. And that will give you a profit of $20. So this is the first thing that we do, and I'm just going to write that here. We're going to require to calculate the profit. All right, that's the first thing we do. Once we calculate the profit, then we can write that profit as a percentage of the cost price. So we're going to have here now, we're going to work out the percentage profit. So I'm just going to write this in a different blue. I'm going to say percentage profit. And percentage profit, we're just going to take that $20, following the formula, we're taking that $20, which is the profit that we make, we're dividing it by the cost price, which is in this case $100, and we're multiplying by the 100%. So notice that we write that profit as a fraction of the cost price, and then we take that fraction and we multiply it by 100. So we cancel here, and we're seeing the symbols cancel as well, and we get 20%. So in other words, this is the next thing that we do. We simply calculate the percentage profit. All right, that's the only two steps that you require. Good? Very simple, very easy. We're using all the knowledge that we get now, well, all we had previously, and we're just giving it new labels, right? We're just giving it new labels. Let's go ahead and do the next one, which is calculating percentage loss. And you can basically figure out where this is going just from this previous example. So you can really start thinking to yourself that, yes, oh, well, I can understand this. Then what I have to do is I have to calculate the loss, and then I have to calculate the percentage loss. And that's true. That's what you have to do. So let me just write that down. So calculating percentage loss. All right, so we're calculating percentage loss, and again, I'm just going to give a small little note. So percentage loss is, and just change this to white while I'm typing. Percentage loss is the loss experienced, loss expressed as a percentage of the cost price. It gives a value of loss relative to the cost price. All right, so again, we're going to go with a formula, and the formula is the exact same thing here, except what we're using now is loss. So the percentage loss will be equal to a loss divided by your cost price times the 100%. All right, and we're going to again do another example. So here, and we say example, if a watermelon costs $150 and it is sold for $120, what is the percentage loss? All right, and again, we just simply do the calculation of the loss first. So we say loss would be equal to your selling price, which is $120, minus your cost price, which is $150, and we get a loss, a negative $30. So that's a loss of $30. All right, so we calculated the loss. So calculate the loss. So we calculate the loss, and then we're looking to calculate the percentage loss. So we say in percentage loss, would be equivalent to 30 divided by 150 multiplied by 100. And let's look at this now. So I'm saying 0 cancels with a 0 here. 15 into 15, 1. 15 into 32. And 2 by 10 is going to give me 20. So I'm saying 20%. And again, what I'm doing here is I am calculate the percent loss. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do 5 more problems. All right. I'm going to do 5 more problems. And this is problems that you're supposed to try on your own. So if you want, you can, if you understand everything here, you can just stop right now. Or if you just want more practice, I can give you 5 more questions here, which I'm going to solve right away. So let me just solve those questions right away. And the first question that we're going to look at is, let me just write this out here. So I'm just going to put here problems, or I should say exercise. Right, I'm going to put it in blue, shift it down, and then I'm going to start the first one. All right, so let's do the first exercise. And the first exercise is a toy costs $80, $80, and is sold for $100. What is the percentage profit? All right, so let's look at that. And again, I'm going to do this quickly. So first thing I want to do is I want to calculate my profit. My profit is equal to my selling price, which is $100, minus my cost price, which is $80, and I get a profit of $20. And that means my profit percent would be equivalent to $20 divided by my cost price of $80 times 100. And 1 0 cancels here. 4 into this is 2, 4 into this is 5, 2 into this is 1, 2 into this is 2, sorry, 2 into this is 5. Whew. Yeah, 2 into that is 5. And then what can we do here? So 5 is 25. And that means we have a percentage profit of 25%. All right. All right, let's go again. Next one here. All right, so the next one is that a jacket costs $120 and is sold on sale for $90. What is the percentage loss? All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So we calculate first the loss, which is, again, your selling price, which is $90, minus your cost price, which is $120. That gives me a negative $30. Therefore, it's a loss I'm talking about. And then I am looking at my percent loss, which is my loss amount, which is, again, $30 I lost, divided by my cost price, which is $120, and then multiply by 100%. So a 0 cancels with a 0 here. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into this is 4. 4 into this, 1. 4 into this is 25. And we have 25% loss. All right. So this here is a loss. And this here is a profit. All right. I already have it labeled. I don't know why I labeled it back again. Next one here. So a book costs $50 and is sold for $55. What is the percentage profit? You know what? Next line, profit. All right, so what is the percentage profit? So we're looking at a profit, so I'm going to have to work out my profit. My selling price is $55. My cost price is $50. My profit is a $5 bill. And I'm going to say my percentage profit is going to be equal to my profit amount, which is $5, divided by my cost price, which is $50, and then multiply by 100%. And I'm seeing 50 into this 2, 50 into this 1, 5 2s are 10, so I'm seeing that I get a 10% profit. Let's go on to the next question, and this will be the last one. Let's put it here, and we can say a phone costs $200 and is sold for $180. What is the percentage loss? Okay, so the percentage loss would be equivalent to, we calculate first the loss. So the amount that we lose would be equal to our selling price, which is $180, minus our cost price, which is $200. And we're seeing that we lost a total of $20. Then the percentage loss would be equivalent to negative, well, $20 divided by cost price of $200 times 100%, and that is 100 into this 2, 100 into this 1, 2 into 2, 1, 2 into this 10, and we get a 10% loss. All right, now I want to show you how you can do this on your calculator. Right, I want to show you how you can do this on your calculator. 1 minute. So here's the calculator. I reset it to normal mode, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to calculate everything that we just did on your calculator really quickly. Let's first go back to this one. If we watch this one, we're seeing that the profit percent is just simply 20 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. And this here is in percent, right? To do this on your calculator, all I have to do is take my 20 divided by 80 and say percent, and it will give me the working. So I'm taking here my 20 divided by my 80, and I say second function, and you see this little percentage symbol that I have here? That's what this percentage symbol is about. It's telling me the answer as a percentage, so it's 25%. If I work it out, it tells me the fraction of a quarter, right? Which is what you expect. But a quarter of 100 is 25%, right? A quarter of 100% is 25%. So that's our answer there. Let's also look at number 2. Now remember in number 2, what I was saying is that we had a loss of $30. Okay, so I can take my $30 and I'm going to divide it by my cost price, which in this case would have been 120. And I'm getting it as a fraction. So it's a quarter of 100%, and we know a quarter of 100% is 25%. Let's talk about the next one. So it's a 25% loss in this one. The next one was a profit. Now remember, the profit was $5 and the cost price was $50. All right. So that means that the fraction is 1/10. 1/10 of 100%. 1/10 of 100% is 10%. All right. So what we're essentially doing is we're finding the fraction. This is what I meant when I say you're finding the fraction and then you're trying to find the percentage that fraction represents. So as long as you have a fraction, you can just use that percentage symbol and you can find out how much of a percent that is worth. All right, so let's do the last one now. The last one was a $20 loss. So a $20 loss divided by 200. So we write the loss as a fraction of the cost price. We get 1/10. And again, we press second function and here, and it's going to give you that answer of 10%. Let's say, for example, you're doing a test, right? And you have a multiple choice test and you got 60 in the multiple choice test. Let's say, sorry, not 60. The multiple choice test has 60 questions. Let's say you got 42 and that was out of 60. So if we take 42, we divide it by 60. That means 7/10. The fraction is 7/10, so that means the percentage is 70%. If I had 45 divided by 60, I can work out that percentage as 75%. All right? So this is the purpose of this percentage symbol here. You find the fraction. You say something as a fraction. So you say a half is a fraction. You want to find out that as a percent. You use a calculator and you get it as a percentage right away. All right. So that's this lesson. All right? Percentage profit and percentage loss. And we'll move on to the next lesson tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.